Hi Cancer, this is your January 20th through the 26th weekly tarot reading. We'll have 5 separate spreads in this weekly reading. In the first spread, we'll be looking at new love entering your life. Spread number 2 is for those of you who are already involved with somebody. Spread number 3 will be on love from the past. In the fourth spread, we'll talk about your work, your business, and your finances. And the fifth spread will be what you're not expecting to happen this week. Please like, comment, and subscribe to support this channel. This first spread is on new love this week, Cancer. We have the Hangman, clarified by the Nine of Swords. We have the Fool, clarified by the Six of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Cups. In the potential outcome, we have the Four of Wands with the Chariot and the Star. And we also have the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a fellow water sign, another Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. We also have Aries, Aquarius, maybe a Sagittarius. But you could be dealing with pretty much any zodiac sign. So I gotta be honest with you, Cancer. It's one of those classic readings. One of those classic scenarios. And don't get me wrong, there's absolutely nothing bad, nothing wrong with it. And I actually would like to thank you for making my life easier to interpret this, right? It's still gonna be awesome. It's still gonna be beautiful. I think you've got somebody very shy. I think you've got somebody who's falling for you hard, and they're going to take a leap of faith. They're going to take a chance and tell you how they feel. Okay, but they're not just going to tell you how they feel. They may, they probably will, but at the same time, it's going to be like a very romantic and generous gesture. All right, so do expect a romantic and generous gesture. Whatever romantic and generous is in their mind, whatever they can think of. So if you have a particular understanding how romantic gesture or romantic and generous gesture is supposed to be, and if it doesn't match your expectation, don't blame me. Don't blame me. But just so you know, in their mind, in their head, it is going to be a romantic and generous gesture. All right, so give them some credit, cut them some slack. All right, Anyway, we start with the Hangman, clarified by the Nine of Swords. The Hangman could be a Pisces you're dealing with, right? The Hangman is a Pisces, a major arcana card. But the Hangman could be a card of somebody having an epiphany, right? Especially with the Nine of Swords clarifying it, right? So at some point, they're going to wake up in the middle of the night and going to be like, oh my God, I'm so in love with Cancer. And I'm falling for them hard. There's nothing I can do about it. This Cancer lives in my head, rent-free, 24/7, you know, that type of energy. The Hangman could also be a card of stagnation, so perhaps they've been sitting in that energy for a while, unable to tell you or afraid to tell you how they feel. Whatever the case, right? So here they come with the Full card and the Six of Pentacles clarifying it and the Knight of Cups. So I think those 3 cards should be looked at together. This is that romantic and generous gesture that I was just talking about, right? The Fool could be an Aries, you know, but the Fool is a card of taking a leap of faith, taking a chance, because I think they're just not going to be able to hold back anymore. All right, the Six of Pentacles could be interpreted as a card of equal give and take, but it's a Pentacles card, and it is a card of generosity. It really is. I see this card playing out as generosity all the time. The Knight of Cups in the middle is that romantic gesture, right? You could be dealing with a fellow water sign, by the way, another Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, but it is the most romantic, the most caring, the most... the sweetest night out of all for nights. So together, those 3 cards, they're taking a leap of faith, but they're not just shooting into the sky or whatever the saying goes. They're gonna prepare for it. Just maybe they're afraid of rejection or something, or maybe they're just whatever, right? But they're coming your way either way. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So yeah, rolling the dice again. The Wheel of Fortune is a very fortunate card. It's the start of a new cycle. It could be like a very fortunate turnaround for you, for them, for both of you. But it's a great card. You know, the word fortune is there for a reason. It could be a trip coming up, by the way. The Wheel of Fortune could be a card of literally going somewhere. Right? And in the potential outcome, it's all good. It's all good news. You know, it's all good in the neighborhood. The Four of Wands is a card of a commitment of marriage. To me personally, that Four of Wands always reminds me of an actual wedding. Some people call it the 11-11 card. The Chariot in the middle, that's actually you, Cancer. That's your major arcana card, unless you're dealing with another Cancer. But it's also a card of victory, success. It's a card of, again, maybe literally going somewhere, moving for some of you. It's a card of moving forward and not looking back. The Star right next to the deck could be an Aquarius. You're dealing with, but the Star is a card of a wish come true. Yep, it's a wish come true card, and the thing about the Star card, it's usually what people wish for or hope for a very long time. So there you go, Cancer. That kind of tells the whole story. See, I told you, easy. Easy, no complications. The only complication is in the beginning, right? Because this person is going nuts. All right? And you may suspect or you may know who this person is. Some of you may not. All right. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. Once they tell you, once they do that romantic and generous gesture, I think it'll be pretty straightforward from that point on. All right, Cancer. Really happy for you. Congratulations. If you are already in a relationship or married, Cancer, this spread is for you. We have the Six of Swords, Strength, the Page of Pentacles, and the Nine of Cups on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a Leo or whatever your person's zodiac sign is. So let's talk about the Strength card real quick. First of all, we're going to talk about it because it's the only major arcana card. All right? It's a good it's a good major arcana card, right? So first of all, it could simply be dealing with a Leo. Strength is a Leo major arcana card. Second of all, it could be a card of courage. You know, it could be a card of courage. So whatever is about to happen, either you or your person or both of you may have to be courageous about this. And another thing you need to know about the Strength card, it could be a card of loyalty. So perhaps there's going to be a need to show loyalty. All right. So let's go back to the beginning now. The Six of Swords. The Six of Swords could be a card of literally going somewhere or moving, relocating, okay? Or it could be a card of improvement, things getting better, all right? The Page of Pentacles right next to the deck, it could be paying for something, or it could be like an initial deposit, or it could be buying tickets to go somewhere, or it could be filing paperwork. It could be a child, all right? It could be somehow associated with a kid. So those three cards put together. Let's talk about scenarios, all right? So for some of you, perhaps you're going to be talking about, you know what, we need to start living healthier lives, right? And perhaps if you want to do that, you may have to have courage to start eating less, to start walking more, to start exercising, maybe go somewhere for that, or keep going, or make it a habit to go somewhere. All right. And with the Page of Pentacles, you may have to maybe buy some equipment. All right. So if you are maybe buy one of those treadmills or sign up for something. Or, you know, you get the idea, right? With the Page of Pentacles, you may have to spend a little bit of money on that. Or file paperwork for something. For others of you, you're moving. You could be thinking about moving, but maybe it's just, maybe you haven't moved that much in your life and you're not accustomed to moving. It could be something that may take courage on your part, right? To move, to go somewhere, but that's what you're doing, moving, all right? And, yeah, that's pretty much how I see this. I don't see anything like, I don't see any jeopardy. I don't see anything being too bad or too serious about this, right? Well, let me know in the comments down below how this plays out for you. But I do see those two scenarios. This spread can be interpreted as some other things, but those two are the main scenarios I see. It's like getting something improved, right? Getting something better, or go somewhere, or move. All right, the Nine of Cups on the bottom of the deck, it's actually a wish come true. All right, it's actually a card of satisfaction and fulfillment. So at the end of the day, I think that Nine of Cups is what you're aiming for. Or at the end of the day, that's how you will feel once all of this starts unfolding or it actually takes place. All right, cool. Let's see if anybody comes back from the past for you, Cancer, this week. Keep in mind, it doesn't have to be the most recent. Next, we have the Moon. We have the Knight of Wands. We also have Justice, clarified by the Five of Cups. And we have the High Priestess on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a Pisces, maybe a Libra. We also have Fire. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So this is a big no. Big no. It doesn't have to be if you don't want it to be a no, but if I were you, Cancer, I would definitely say no. Again, do what you gotta do. Here's why I think so. We have two cards in a tarot deck that could be interpreted as cards of a secret. Secret cards, right? Both of those cards are on the table. The Moon and the High Priestess. Both of them can, among many other things, they can be interpreted as cards of a secret. The Knight of Wands, sitting right next to the Moon, could be interpreted as a card of a player. Somebody who only wants to get cozy with another person. Alright? Somebody who's got many people. Somebody who will be in and out of your life. Alright? So, 2 secret cards plus the Knight of Wands equals they've got a secret agenda. They are not telling you the whole truth. They've got other people. They're not coming back to start a family or get into a commitment with you. They're coming back because it could be a booty call. It could be them just wanting to use you. Alright? Justice clarified by the Five of Cups. So hopefully those 2 cards, this is where you come in. And with the Justice card, justice will be served if you decide to say no. Right? The Five of Cups, clarifying it is a card of grief and regret. So if you do stand your ground, and if you do reject them, they will get what they deserve, and they will have to crawl back to where they came from. That's how I see this, Cancer. Alright? So be careful. Alright? Cool. Let's talk about your work, your business, and your finances, Cancer, this week. We have the Sun, clarified by the Page of Pentacles. We have the King of Pentacles, clarified by the Six of Wands. We have the Four of Pentacles and the Page of Cups on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We also have Leo on the table. So here's the deal, Cancer. I can interpret the spread 2 different ways. Let's talk about scenario number 1. So technically, we have 3 kids on the table. 3 children, right? There's one in the Sun card riding the horse, and the Page of Pentacles could be a child, and the Page of Cups could be a child. So when it comes to your money, when it comes to your work this week, it could be somehow associated with children. Maybe you work with kids, right? Maybe you do. Maybe you're a doctor, or maybe you're an educator or something like that, right? We also have this King of Pentacles in the middle. You could be the King of Pentacles, or it could be another person. You know, this King of Pentacles could be donating money, by the way, right? Or they could be paying for something. Okay, or they could be hiring you to work with kids or something like that. So scenario number 1 has something to do with children. All right. Scenario number 2, if there is no children, then this King of Pentacles, it almost feels like this person wants to hire you. They want to onboard you. They want you on board. It's like they want to invite you to become, like they want to invite you on some kind of a journey. Right? Again, by either hiring you or maybe establishing some sort of a partnership with you, or putting you on a retainer or something like that. Right? Because those pages could be this King of Pentacles trying to get your attention. Like they're going to be reaching out to you, they're going to be emailing you, calling you, maybe even sending you gifts. Right? Or maybe they will like invite you to dinner. Right? They will pay for it, they will then expense it. Right? It's like it feels like this King of Pentacles like really wants your attention. They really want to, you know, like I said, they really want you on board. Right? And the Four of Pentacles right next to the deck. In this case, it's probably you collecting money in this scenario. This is you finally accepting their offer and holding on to it. Right? You see how in the Page of Pentacles there's a pentacle being offered, in the Page of Cups there's a cup being offered, and in the Four of Pentacles the person sitting down is holding on to a pentacle. So I think eventually, in the Four of Pentacles that's you holding on to it, accepting the offer. And the King of Pentacles is clarified by the Six of Wands, which is a card of victory. It's also a card of attention, a lot of attention. So like I said, expect all kinds of gestures from this King of Pentacles. Alright? Cool. Let's see what you're not expecting to happen this week, Cancer. We have the Page of Wands clarified by the Ten of Wands. We have the Eight of Pentacles clarified by the Queen of Wands. We have the Eight of Wands, and we have the Star on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We also have Aquarius on the table. What you're not expecting is some sort of a encounter or communication or something that has to do with this Queen of Wands. Right? The Queen of Wands clarifying that Eight of Pentacles. So it could be a fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So I think for most of you it's somehow work related or business related. Okay? Or maybe gym related. Because the Queen of Wands is clarifying the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is a card of work, business, and finances. Right? That's what the main interpretation of that card usually is work, business, and finances. It's also a card of like diligently working on something or working out issues, or acquiring some kind of a skill by repetition, by doing something nonstop, right? The Page of Wands, the first card that came out, it's a message. It's a message from this Queen of Wands, or it could be a message from you directed to this Queen of Wands. I don't know if this could be about love. It can be for some of you, especially if I'm connecting with a male or masculine Cancer. It could be love related in some shape or form, but for most of you, I think it has something to do, like I said, with work, business, or what have you. Right? And that Page of Wands has something to do with the Ten of Wands, right? The Ten of Wands is a card of a struggle, burden. It's a card of a lot of responsibilities. It's a card of that something tough, rough, taking a toll on us. The Eight of Wands right next to the deck could be a card of a trip, right? Or it could be a card of communication. A lot of communication, back and forth communication, or both. Communication and going somewhere, maybe. The Star on the bottom of the deck could be a card of healing, or it's a card of a wish come true. Okay? So yeah, what you're not expecting, Cancer, just to sum up, it's some sort of a communication or encounter or something that has to do with this Queen of Wands, and maybe it could be work related. It could be love related for some of you. But yeah, what you're not expecting is some sort of a episode with this Queen of Wands. Alright, Cancer, so that's what I have for you for this reading, for this week. If this video resonates with you, please like it. Please also comment and subscribe. And other than that, Cancer, have an amazing week.